Everyone can pay attention here, and if I don't have time to answer your question, you'll be able to see it again online. Sit down, pay close attention, write down what you can, but I may not have time to slow down. That's part of why I'm recording this. Are you ready?
Are we doing all of this work?
We're going to try. We'll see how far we get. I'll start with the hardest one and work backwards.
But these two, can we just start from 46?
Is that the hardest one?
Well, I didn't get 40.
What page number again?
622.
622.
Number 18.
Okay, let's start with 48 and work our way back. Are you ready?
No.
Good. Okay, we're going to work our way down. It's a countdown. It's like an MTV countdown, except much less interesting. This is a factoring palooza. Like a Lollapalooza? Yes. I do.
Nerd.
I do. I know right now you're asking why, but I do.
What you have?
Number 48 is, now remember, you were trying to fit all of these into really just one of two patterns last night. Now the details are ugly, okay, but there were really only two patterns you were looking for. Perfect square trinomials and the other one. Okay, difference of squares. Negative 108 plus 147 x squared. Okay, guys? Okay, now, first thing, I'm going to have to do these really rapid fire. Okay, so are you with me? First thing I would do with this one is, I don't like having the negative 108 in the front, but luckily when it's addition and subtraction, as we discussed earlier in the year, you can rearrange it. So I'm going to make this 147x squared minus 108. Next step, always check this before you start looking for a pattern. Okay, I'm going to write our two patterns up over here. A squared minus b squared breaks down to a plus b times a minus b. Remember that pattern? Those are good times. What happened to those times?
Light.
And a squared plus 2ab plus b squared is a plus b squared. And the other one, I'll write it as three patterns. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared is a minus b squared. This is the one I talked about yesterday where you had double and squared at the end. Okay, so these are the three patterns I was trying to get you guys to know yesterday. I know, this is a different way to write them. I'm trying it two different ways. Yesterday was more verbal. Now I'm trying to give you like formulas. Are you ready? This is what you're looking for, and this is what you were looking for last night. Slightly different way.
Those are all of them.
Yeah, but there's everything we did fit into one of these three patterns after you found the greatest common factor.
Will you keep those on the board,
squared is
please?
not an option.
Thank you, Dina.
Will you
Okay.
keep those on the board, please?
Yes. Okay, now, is there a greatest common factor to these two?
No. 3.
3. Very good. Very good. Now, here's the first trick. You notice that 3 is the greatest common factor for both of these. 3 times what gives you 147?
Is it 50 something?
Nope, just under.
40 something?
48.
46.
49.
49, says the girl with the calculator. 49x squared, 3 times what gives you 108?
Like 42.
60.
44.
Don't guess. Think.
54.
Think.
54.
What's the nearest number that is... No, that's 2. We're doing 3. Okay, 3 times what? 36. Okay, now, there's only one of these patterns up here that has two terms. A squared minus b squared. Is this something squared minus something squared?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
7. 6.
7x, you can't forget the variable,
Yeah.
minus 6 times 7x plus 6. Boom, that's 48. Does that look so hard?
Oh, okay. I didn't know how to do it at first. Would you, you find a number that goes
Okay.
to both?
So it's pull out the greatest common factor and then see if it fits one of these three patterns. These three patterns can be hard to see, but they were the only patterns in it. I did explain it differently yesterday, but that's because I really wanted you guys to hear it when I said it this way today. Okay?
I knew how
It's hard to see the details. That's why we're going to keep moving. Quick questions on this before I move on. Going once. Going twice.
36.
36. You want to see 36? I was going to go in order and get to 36. Like I was going to do 46 next.
Let's go 46 next.
Okay. 46 is 169 minus x squared. Is there a number that you can pull out of 169 and x squared? Dina, can you follow me over here, Don?
It could be 1, right?
Could be 1, but does 1 help us?
Nah, 3.
There's no 3 in front of the x squared, so that doesn't help us.
1.
So here's my next question. If 1 is the only factor we can pull out,
You leave it like that, right?
yeah, then does this already fit one of these patterns?
Oh,
Is-
first one.
First one, is 169 something squared?
No, it's prime.
Nope. Good guess though, but
I don't know. Oh, it's something with a 3 at the end, right?
it's got to be something with a 3 at the end, because 3 times 3 is 9. 13. So this is 13 minus x.
You could just do 1 plus 6 plus 9 and then figure that out. Because then you add them, right? Because then if you go 9 plus 6.
When you add them, that's
15,
to see if it's
16.
divisible by 3 or 9.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But that doesn't work in this case, because this is not divisible by 3 or 9.
It isn't?
Now, because 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 9 is 16.
Yeah.
And 16 is not divisible by 3, and 16 is not
Yeah.
divisible by 9.
I know, but that's what I was saying, but you could try that, right?
You could try that, yes. That's how you would start figuring out if you didn't have a calculator. So yeah, this is 13 minus x, 13 plus x, because 169 is 13 squared, x is x squared. Yes, Jenny?
I have a quick question. Why doesn't it, if it's square, doesn't it have to be in order, so why don't they move it?
That's why I use this phrasing over here today. Anything squared minus anything else squared, this will work. And if we rearrange it in order, Jenny, it becomes negative x squared plus 169, and we don't have a rule that looks like that. We only have a rule for a squared minus b squared.
Probably why mine didn't work.
Probably okay. It's this is the thing. The other thing about this. Remember all that work we did on terms first semester,
Yeah.
and combining like terms and solving equations like that.
Yeah.
This really requires you to remember all that. Okay, you can't forget any of that. Like when I rearranged the order over there, I had to remember to keep the plus sign with the 147 and the minus sign with the 108. Okay, 44.
That's how you leave it?
That's how you leave it. You're done. This is factoring. You leave it in the form of things being multiplied
Can
together.
you write it down there?
Yep. Now this is negative 27x squared. What's next?
This is even?
Yes. Minus 18x minus 3.
You can factor it, right?
There's a greatest common factor.
3.
You know what? Here's where I'm going to be a little bit...
No, please don't.
This I didn't give you a good enough heads up on yesterday. I apologize for this. But I'm actually not going to take out a 3 because then it won't fit out those patterns. Watch
Yes, it
this
will.
carefully. This is sort of new. I'm going to take out negative 3.
Oh, because they're all negative.
They're all negative.
Positive.
So yeah, negative 3 times
Right.
what gets me negative 27x squared?
9x squared. No, 9x.
Yep.
9x.
No, 9x squared.
Oh.
You're right, because I didn't. You're right the first time.
Right.
Negative 3 times what gets me minus 18x
Negative 6. I mean 6x.
plus 6x, and negative 3 times